Hola, in this video I'll show how to set up a first year's online Spanish course. So we're going to start by importing the course from Commons and type SPAN 1010 or SPAN 1020 in the search bar depending on which course you're using, and be sure that it has INET in the course, otherwise it's a face-to-face course. So you're going to click on the course and then click Import Download. Select the section or sections to which you want to import, and then click Import into Course. Now I've already done it, so I'm just going to jump to my course. Okay, and let's take a look at the syllabus first. Click Edit, and this has been set here as a placeholder, the course syllabus where it says you may download it, so we'll want to actually enter that there. Download the course from Google Drive. Add your contact information at the top of the syllabus and then save it, and then we're going to upload the document. Okay, and submit. Okay, now that link is not accessible, so let's right click it and hit link options. And then we're going to delete this and change it to course syllabus. Done, and then update the syllabus, and now that's going to be accessible. Okay, let's take a look at navigate. It's in settings, so go to settings and then navigation. Okay, I've actually already done this, but the default is a lot of these things are going to be up here, Studio, Zoom, and different things that you might not necessarily want. I have it down to just the things that we're going to need. So anything you don't want to see, anything you don't want to be accessible to students, you're going to drag it down here. And anything that you put from here up to here will be accessible. Now, one thing we need to do is McGraw-Hill Connect starts off down here. So find it from the bottom, take it to the top, and then hit save, and now it'll be accessible for students. So while we're at it, let's go ahead and pair that. So we're going to click McGraw-Hill Connect. This is my second attempt at this video, so some of this stuff's going to look a little bit different. There should be a message that says to authorize, I believe it says your email address. Just click authorize, and then click to pair. Okay, yeah, this looks a little bit different than it did. So it should just be authorizing your correct email address, but it looks like it's giving me a few different options here. Okay, so now I'm right where you would be after you click to pair. And we're going to click, we're going to pair with a section in an existing course. Again, it might look a little bit different for your end. Let me know if there's any questions, but you're going to find the course that you need. In this case, it's SPAN 1010 INET Spring 2024. And I'll click here on SPAN 1010 INET Spring 2024 and save, and that's it. And I can return to Canvas by clicking there, and you see it's all ready to go here. Okay, let's take a look at announcements. Now, originally there's going to be a placeholder announcement that just, prompts you to leave announcements for your students and so forth. So you want to click on that and then click edit to be able to replace it. And here's what my first announcement for my class. And I'm going to do a workshop later on this semester about high rapport announcements, which we want to use to set instructor presence, to direct students to assignments, to make career connections with the course where we can, to invite students to contact you, to encourage, and so on. So I'll go through all that. Let me give an example of some of those practices in this, my first message I've set up for them, and I'll be doing this in more detail a little bit later on. But you'd want to give a larger message to begin every week. I would recommend doing, first thing on Monday morning. And then if you give other announcements throughout the week to remind about this or that, that's fine. But we do want one high rapport announcement to kick off the week, something along these lines, but I'll be doing a workshop about it a little bit later on this semester. Hola a todos. I hope that everyone had a great winter break, and welcome to SPAN 1010. I look forward to working with your Spanish studies, and I wish you an exciting and productive semester. Don't forget, the communication skills you are developing by studying a second language will be a great asset for you in any career you choose. No matter what you do, Spanish will help you. Okay, this is a placeholder here. Later on this week, I'll be completing my video. I can send it out as an example. And I'm just going to talk about some tips to approach the course and some things I think would help them be successful, and I'll introduce myself in the video as well. Okay, now I'm talking about some things that are due this week. Quiz number 1 is open for completion at 12 a.m. And by the way, let me show how to make that a course link. I've already done it, but so instead of just writing quiz number 1, it's a link so that they can directly go to that from the message. I just removed the link, so I'm going to add it back in by hitting course link, and then I go to quizzes, and I'm going to click quiz 1, and now it's a link. Quiz number 1 is open for completion at 12 a.m. on Thursday and is due by 11:59 p.m. on Friday. The quiz will cover these topics: general questions over information from the pages in the Start Here and Introduction modules in Canvas and from the course syllabus found in the syllabus section of Canvas. For example, when or connect due dates, when and where the final conversation will take place, and what is the penalty for reading a script in a video discussion, et cetera, et cetera. And then saludos y expresiones de cortesía, and I give the page numbers as well. I wanted to mention that quiz number 1 now has 2 attempts, which you might want to mention to your students. All the other quizzes and exams only have 1 attempt, and this is because it's the first one to give them another chance with the lockdown browser if they need, and also in case they need to go back and find some of the information that maybe they didn't find in the syllabus originally. Okay, also due is week 1 Connect Us homework is due by 11:59 p.m. on Friday. You have 3 attempts to submit all activities. Your best attempt is the final score, and for each attempt, you can use the Check My Work feature to see if your responses are correct. Due this week by 11:59 p.m. Friday is the Introduce Yourself discussion, which is found in the Introduction course module. So again, I have a course link there to that discussion. And by the way, for that discussion, it's not for points, but students actually are pretty good about responding to it. So you might get in there and give them some responses too to establish some instructor presence. I'd like to hear from you. If you have any questions about the course or this week's material, please feel free to contact me using either of these methods. Email me at stephen.shepherd@unt.edu. Visit my virtual office hours, and I have the link here a little bit botched, so I need to go back and fix that. Lastly, McGraw-Hill offers a 2-week free temporary access for Connect. And I've got the student registration instructions here. If you're unable to buy the access code right away, you can use the free access to get started on this week's online assignments and material. I wish everyone a great semester, and please don't hesitate to contact me whenever you have a question or issue. So feel free to adopt or use any part of that that you'd like. As I mentioned, I'll be doing a workshop about that later on this semester. Okay, let's go to modules. There's a couple things we need to modify there. Okay, first off, I have an error in the course grading, and I think I already changed it in my last run through. Yeah, so active participation, if you could just click edit for me, this should read 15%. It should read 20%. It is now. It's going to be originally 15. So if you could please change that, and then change the exams from 35% to 35%, excuse me, to 30% from 35%. That's the correct percentage, and then hit save. And then that'll be correct. That was just one thing I forgot to adjust when I made the changes that I made. Okay, getting back to modules. This is in course introduction, where know that edits are required. So you just want to put in your contact information there. And then we'll want to put in another copy of the course syllabus, making an accessible link, just as we did in the syllabus section. Okay, lastly, meet your instructor. I have a little video here that is on YouTube. If you do a video, please make sure to caption it and make sure that it's accessible. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. Or if you just want to give a written introduction, that's fine too, or maybe a picture, whatever you'd like to do. Okay, next we're going to go to assignments to set due dates. Okay, so we're going to set everything according to the due dates on the course calendar of the syllabus. Okay, which we'll find at the bottom of the calendar. Okay, so all the due dates are there. So discussion number 1, for example, is due Friday, January 26th. That should read at 11:59 p.m. And so to set that, I already did it on my last run through, but you'll just click edit. And this was on the 26th. It automatically comes up at 11:59 p.m. We don't need to worry about availability for the discussion, so I'm just going to hit save. Okay, online activities, we don't have to set due dates for that. Okay, now for the quizzes, we do need to set due dates and availability. So let's look at quiz number 2, since I already set quiz number 1. And that is due on Friday, January 26th. And again, this should read 11:59 p.m. So I'll make sure to get that in there. They're always due at 11:59 p.m. on Friday. The availability is roughly 2 days. So we're going to set that from Thursday. Okay, this is quiz number 2, so it's actually in the second week. But on Thursday at midnight from the due week, whenever that may be, until Friday at 11:59 p.m. So this is available from 12 a.m. Thursday until 11:59 p.m. Friday. And that's my due date as well. And I'll just save that. Okay, they'll repeat that process for all the quizzes, all the exams. A small but important step that we don't want to forget is to activate the lockdown browser. Just click on it. Okay, I already did it once. I keep forgetting that. This is my second run through in this video, but you have to click on the lockdown browser and it'll let you know that it'll give you a message that for students to be able to access the lockdown browser for quizzes and exams, you have to do it. You just did it and it'll say good job or something like that. Anyway, make sure you just click on lockdown browser. And the last thing I wanted to point out is in grades. And for online activities, we need to enter these grades manually from the Connect gradebook into the Canvas gradebook every 3 weeks at the end of every chapter. Okay, and that is everything. Please let me know if you have any questions or anything, and I wish you all a great semester. Adios.